like found the car missing, at least you could be like, it's all right, we've got another one.
Yeah, right.
And it looks exactly the same.
Yeah, I've got doubles of that one.
Hey, honey, we got any more of those green Kias?
You know what? As a matter of fact, we do.
You ever collect
driveway.
baseball cards as a kid?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, fuck, not my Conseco, man. I'm going to have to get something good for my Conseco. And you got like 6 of them.
Yeah.
You don't tell nobody that shit, though. I bet Steve keeps his Kia parked in the garage. Just for occasions like this.
Where the fuck did he go?
He's a man of mystery, man.
I know. Like, he just fucking took off.
He's the fucking Phantom.
The shadow.
The shadow only knows.
The shadow knows. Well, do I want to wait for him? I mean,
yeah, of course.
I mean, I could mute him and just start the show without him.
But there he is.
Oh, look, he's back.
He's back.
Hi, Steve. He doesn't have his headphones on.
Well, I can still hear you because I haven't turned the audio over yet.
Oh.
So you
haven't done anything.
Yeah, so the whole time he could hear us, but he wasn't answering us.
Right.
Well, because I was in the pisser. I'm not going to talk to you while I'm in the pisser.
I didn't know you were in the piss. There's a pisser in that room?
No, it's right down the bottom of the stairs.
There's stairs in that room?
You went downstairs into a different room, took a piss, and washed your hands.
Yeah. Yeah. You washed your hands, Steve.
Yeah, of course I did.
That was the Sweetwater legend. I just think you went to the door.
Yeah.
And let the legend do the rest of the traveling. Down the stairs around the corner.
Listen, I was unaware there's a fucking stairwell in that room.
Yeah, it's the basement.
Oh, that's cool. That's interesting. You like
pay
Bruce
a little
Wayne?
bit more attention.
Is there like a fucking piano in there and you gotta hit a couple keys before the door opens and
tilt Shakespeare's head back?
Yeah. And why is the pisser in the basement?
Because the other one's upstairs and I didn't want to go up there.
Oh.
So you don't have a bathroom on the ground floor?
No, sir.
That's a strange piece of architecture.
Yeah.
that's a strange floor plan.
This house was
no bathroom on the main floor of the house.
Well, this house was probably built before, bathrooms were installed in every home. So they had to put them where they could, find space.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, are we ready to start this thing?
Okay.
All right. Let's all mute. Steve.
Once a week, 3 laddies come together from distant lands to talk about Bigfoot, Martians, ghosts, time travel, chupacabras, and the Sweetwater legend.
I think we're all huge fans of the Sweetwater legend.
This is the Fortean Slip with your host, Chris York.
Say no to Quaaludes? Fuck no. Wait a minute. No. Say yes.
Co-host, Steve Alcorn.
Like, take a break, shut my camera off,
go have a sandwich.
And sometimes special guest, Matt Knapp.
Just accept it for what it is and just watch it and enjoy it.
They don't know who you are. They don't know what you want. If you're looking for entertainment, you may have come to the wrong podcast. But what they do have is a very particular set of skills.
There are no cows.
No cows?
No.
No cows were harmed in the making of this incident. We often wish that your relationship went much like that of the praying mantis.
I thought that was a reference to everything being green.
Yeah, sure you did. Carry on, gentlemen. I'm going to do something else for a little while.
Wow, Steve, would you like us to stop the program so you continue to do your shit?
You're about to witness the strength of creep knowledge.
Good evening, and welcome to the Fortean Slip. This is episode 118, the DMT Alien Connection. It's amazing. It happens. There's a connection. The aliens are running drugs. I believe it. It's a conspiracy we got to look into, Steve.
I think it makes complete sense.
Got your car back, Steve.
Yeah, no, my wife got her car back.
Well,
I know it's hard to tell the difference.
No, you're married.
Yeah. It's my car.
Too.
No, it's her car.
That's the way that it is. You know. I'm glad you had a backup though, that you had a spare.
Yeah.
Waiting in the winds.
We keep an extra around just in case.
Yeah. It's always good to keep the exact same fucking car in your driveway, just in case yours gets stolen. Because you want to keep up appearances, Steve.
Well, you guys picked on me all this time for having two of the same car. Now you know why.
But it makes total sense now, Steve. I mean, you can be like, "Hey, nothing's changed. Life is the same. I still have a car. It still looks the same. It's still green."
That's right.
I mean, what do you guys want from me? I'm amazing, Steve Alcorn. Look at this facade I have up.
I have to ask Phil what a VW Beatle is.
Beatle? It's a Beatle Bailey. Yeah.
But that could have also been the inspiration, the inspirato behind the Grand Theft Auto. They could have been like, well, they've got two of them.
Grand Theft Auto?
They won't miss one.
I'm getting a guess. Yeah. I'm going to guess that's what she was thinking.
Yeah. She was just like, maybe they'll get a little tipsy. They'll see double and still think they have two cars.
Maybe they won't even notice.
They won't even notice.
They won't even notice because they still have another.
Wait, wasn't there two of those out there?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't
recall.
Maybe
it says so.
But Steve, you never know. Maybe your car absorbed her car.
It is a possibility.
Like the Terminator.
Back out.
It's actually your car from a different parallel dimension.
Yeah. And you guys just happened to buy it. That's what I think's up. So what happened?
Teeter drove the Kia back from Earth 27.
What really happened, Steve?
My car got fucking stolen. I mean, what more is there to say?
That's a simple explanation.
Yes.
That's a completely simple explanation.
Well, you know me.
Were you carjacked?
No. I'm a big-hearted fella, so we let somebody stay in our home.
Yeah.
Nice young lady who, brought her own food, brought her own cat even. Brought her own cat.
Yeah.
And did her laundry here, took a nice shower, and stole my fucking car.
Steve, usually, wait. Usually when you go to stay someplace, when you bring a pet, like that's not like, that's not a bonus to the person who already lives there.
Well, she brought her own entertainment.
But you're like, she brought her own food, she brought her own cat. Like, that's a great thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Earlier in that day, my wife and I we went to Lowe's because we're looking for a new shower. My brother-in-law wanted me to get whichever shower we wanted so he could see if he could get us a better deal at the Lowe's he goes to because he's a contractor and he has contract with him. So we were doing that. And on the way home, I'm like, we're going to get stuck with a fucking cat. I knew we were going to get stuck with a cat. Now, I didn't think we were going to get stuck without a car. But I knew
that was a fair trade. Even Steven.
Yeah, she gave you that awesome cat. Maybe that's what she thought, Steve. She thought, hey, I gave him that awesome cat. That's totally worth this car that they have two of.
The cat's already cost me $500 fucking dollars too. We got it fixed and neutered and declawed.
Yeah,
because you got to do that if you.
What'd you wind up naming him?
We haven't.
You haven't.
My wife doesn't like any of the criminal names, so it's probably not going to happen.
So you don't want to just go like blatantly and call it thief.
Yeah, well, bandit, I think was suggested, which would be a good one, and I like that. Yeah.
How about robber?
Robber.
Robber's a good
That'd
one.
be a good one. Yeah.
You could hey, wait, you could even do a play on it. Call him Bob.
Bob.
Short for Robert, which you could kind of be robber. Like, just throw that one by her.
But
Steve.
just
She doesn't
Rob.
listen to this fucking show. So just be like, hey, how about we call him Bob?
Well, I have a good friend named Bob, so that would kind of get awkward.
I think you got to be kind of careful with those names, though, because if you went with like thief or robber and you're like outside calling the cat,
Yeah.
thief, thief.
Call him hijack and take him on an airplane.
Yeah. I think you should go with it.
I had a friend, his name was Jack, and he used to hate flying on airplanes because anytime he got on an airplane and somebody knew him, they'd say hijack. That was his joke. Hijack.
Fucking
And yeah, this day and age, that wouldn't work out so well. You might have been able to joke about that, pre 2011.
2011.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you got your car back.
Matt, stop.
20.
Pre 2011.
I
2001.
I don't know why he picked 2011.
Because I got this stupid MacBook Pro that's a 2011, and it took me a few
And
weeks.
that's whenever political correctness was saying hijack on airplanes. When
I was just looking up videos on the MacBook.
Oh.
Are you implying that something happened in 2011, Steve?
Oh, lots of things happened.
So the vehicle was taken
Yes,
from your home and
right out of my driveway.
right out of your driveway. So how did she get the keys?
They were hanging in the mud room.
Oh,
It was the spare set. It wasn't my
okay.
wife's main keys. My wife's main keys is in her purse.
Oh, okay.
So the spare set hangs in the mud room. So
Mhm.
my guess is that she knew ahead of time she was going to do this, because she came out from the upstairs. She had done her laundry. She went upstairs to pack some of her stuff. She told us her brother was coming to pick her up.
Made her a sandwich. Said,
Well,
"Hey, can you watch my cat? I'm gonna run somewhere." real fast."
No, she didn't say anything about the cat. She comes down the stairs and pets the cat, and all four of the
Hugs it
cats were in the
goodbye. Says, "I'm gonna miss you."
Nope, didn't do
You guys
any
are
of
like
that.
looking around, like, "What?"
No, she didn't do any of that. But she came down, pet the cat, walked into the kitchen, walked out the back door, and fucking stole the car. I mean, it was that quick. There was no indication. And she was polite the whole time she was here. So there was no idea that she would do anything like that. She wasn't
Like, you guys were up,
yeah. It was at 3:00 in the afternoon.
and so she just literally like came down the stairs.
Yeah.
You're like
walked by
watching
you,
Dr. Phil together.
Spoke to both of us about the cats, because they were all in the same room at the time.
pet
Oh,
the
look, they're
cat,
getting along just fine.
and then just fucking booted out the fucking door.
Didn't walk fast, didn't indicate anything was wrong. Quietly got in the car, and it's a new car, so it's quiet when it starts up, so we didn't hear it start,
Right.
and tore out the fucking driveway and took off. That's it.
And that's at that time.
And you guys knew
realized what
immediately
happened.
that she had left. She took off.
Yeah,
in the car.
because my wife's son was on the front porch, and he saw the car leave. And he's like, well, no, at first he's like, Steve doesn't drive that fast. Pulling out the driveway, right? So yeah, that was pretty blatant.
Oh my god! I thought this happened like while you guys were sleeping.
Oh gosh, no. No, we.
Why
we
didn't
both
you
spoke.
immediately get in your car and give chase?
Yeah,
Because my car. See, the reason
It's
she
the
took my
same
wife's-
car, Steve.
yeah, it's a fucking Kia.
Because by the time I would have gotten the car, she would have been so far up the road, I wouldn't have been able to get. But anyway, either way, my car was pulled into the driveway. My wife backs in, so my wife's car is easier to get out, and that's why she took the wife's instead of mine.
Good thing she got the right keys.
Yeah, that's another thing. My keys were in the car, but yet she. So that's
Okay.
why I'm thinking she had two of them.
If your key,
My wife does not keep her keys. In
she
the car,
probably
so-
thought it was like some fucking mints on the pillow, like complimentary car while you're staying at her home.
That's right.
We
No,
just leave the keys for you.
No, she didn't take the keys that were in the car. She took
Right.
my wife's set.
I
that was
get
Right.
that.
Right. We're with you. We're with
So,
you, Steve.
so she had to know ahead of time which key went to which car. Somehow.
So has she been apprehended?
I don't know yet. I haven't heard anything.
Are you going
Somebody
to
has.
prosecute?
Of course. She took my fucking car.
But she left you a cat.
Well, yeah, fair trade. I know.
Did it feel all weird when you got the car?
No.
Like my cousin's car was stolen and like it was gone for about a week. And whenever they found it, like I helped him clean it out and everything because I don't know why thieves do that whenever they steal cars. They're just real assholes about it, you know? But like they just trash your car out. Like, you know, these people like just like they smoked a lot of cigarettes and just used the floor as the ashtray and it had an ashtray in it. I don't get it. But like whenever we got in the car and everything, it just felt like I don't know, kind of weird. Kind of like whenever somebody breaks into your house and like you go in it, like there's like another presence there. It's not quite yours anymore.
You know, my wife, when we went to pick it up, my wife drove it home and we haven't driven it since. But part of the reason for that is because it might still be in the database as a stolen car. So we're waiting a week or so to drive it. But it was trashed. But there was no drug paraphernalia found in it. And it didn't appear that anybody had smoked in the car. Didn't smell. There was no ashes or anything. There was a lot of soda pop sprayed on the doors and shit. You know, people don't give a fuck. It's not their car. But this is how stupid people are. And I've got to say this because this is how the car was recovered. The local police called me. Hey, they found your car. Can you go pick it up? And I'm like, sure.
You know, Steve, our fans are assholes.
Yes, of course they are. I'm not even reading that.
Well, I was actually okay. That's funny because I was getting ready to ask if Steve reported all the MacBook laptops missing that were in the back seat whenever the car.
Every single one of them.
How much was in the car, Steve? That you're not telling us about?
It's my wife's car, so nothing. There was nothing. She did steal a green blanket that was in the car. I know.
That horrible crime.
Oh, that's gonna be missed.
But when we picked up the car, it's in a mobile home park. Okay.
What will your wife hold on to while she waits for the great pumpkin on Halloween?
We've replaced the blanket with another green blanket, so it's okay.
And the blanket was green, you say?
Yes.
Just clarifying that the green blanket was stolen from the green Kia.
Yes. Yeah.
That was parked in the green driveway with the green car keys. How could you possibly tell which keys were? I'm sorry.
Because see, my wife has a 2019, which takes a totally different key than a 2016, which is what I have.
Was anything on the keychain green?
No.
Oh.
Just a regular set of keys. It was the spare set, Matt. You don't decorate the spare set.
Some people do.
You didn't bedazzle them. You could have bedazzled them, Steve.
I did not.
I like how you're kind of like I understand you've
Put
been through
sequins.
shit. Okay, like I get that.
Glitter.
I just think it's kind of funny how like you're kind of like talking down to me about it whenever you're the fucker that got your car stolen from your own driveway and you leave your car keys in your car.
I don't now.
Let this be a lesson.
Yeah. So that changed how you do things, Steve.
Well, I just wanted to make it less easy. But anybody who wants to steal a car is going to steal it no matter what. I mean,
okay, so has this girl been found?
Not that I know of.
No.
However, there was an arrest. So when we
the guy that was arrested, you were saying she dumped it off on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, probably traded it for some meth or something.
Right.
Because she's been known in the past, although she was supposed to be getting clean because she had some children removed, and that's what the reason she stole the car is because she wanted to try to get her kids. So not only is there a car theft charge, there's an attempted kidnapping charge she's facing. So,
wow,
that was her main intention.
How much meth is your car worth?
Yeah,
Did you find out?
So when it was recovered at mobile home that is known as a drug house. Okay. The cops had already made 2 arrests at that house earlier that day and recovered another stolen car the day before at that house. So my question is, who's stupid enough to drive a stolen car with the same plates on it as when it was stolen to a known drug house where the cops are constantly keeping an eye on it?
That is fucked up.
It's
I
fucked up.
guess the kind of person that steals a car during broad daylight and puts their
Well,
rock
she
collection
didn't-
in the back
Yeah,
floorboard.
she didn't leave it there. She had traded it off, and she was at another location. She wasn't there. You
Yeah,
know,
it was.
so-
She traded off on that guy at another place.
Yeah, I don't know where she had actually, and this is something that nobody knows, but and I didn't report it to the police for various reasons, but I won't say why. But she had stolen. I had reported this part. She had stolen my wife's son's keys to his truck as well. So that morning, when we got the car back, before we knew we were getting the car back, his keys mysteriously appeared in his truck. She came back here. He keeps a few things in his truck that he'd rather not the police search his truck. So I didn't mention that, but yeah, she came back.
Huh?
Wait. Okay.
It's still,
Isn't-
it's still
wait.
illegal.
Isn't Ohio a legal state?
If you have a card, a medical marijuana card.
The cops.
But
aren't-
couldn't he just go out to the driveway and take them out?
dude, listen.
There's remnants, I'm
Listen,
sure.
let me explain something to you about marijuana and the police. They don't give a fuck.
You haven't been to Ohio.
I
Well, you
guess
have.
not. I guess
Actually,
not.
he
I guess,
technically has been to Ohio.
I have been to Ohio.
Yeah,
I've
but they
smoked
do
weed
give a
in
fuck.
Ohio.
They do give a fuck,
He smoked weed
So-
in your driveway in Ohio.
Yeah.
which is fine. But when you invite the police to your home and you may have something that's still an illegal substance in the state, you probably ought to not.
I
let
thought
them
you
look
guys
at
were a
it.
legal state. Katie, weren't you the one that told me Ohio went legal?
I thought they were on their way to, but that date might not have started yet either.
I think you can get medical here, but not recreational.
Not right.
I know Illinois did go recreational now,
Yeah,
but
Illinois definitely did.
But
I
anyway,
feel like
either way,
Ohio's on its way.
So
Either way,
he didn't want the
she did
cops
come
like
back.
nosing around his shit. So.
no, he didn't say that. I just made that decision on my own because
Oh,
we couldn't
any-
be 100% positive that she came back and put those keys in there, although we know she did. So
Well, who else would have done it?
yeah. So she had been back that morning. So I had a good feeling that my car would be recovered that day because I knew she was back in town. So
I mean, it was really cool that she did that. I mean,
Why
and
didn't
like
she
the
leave
way
the
that you
fucking
guys
car?
like the way that you guys like welcomed her into your home and like helped her out and everything, and then she repaid you by just like stealing your car
and leaving her cat.
and leaving the cat.
Fucking
It's
cat.
probably best that she left the cat. You guys are probably a little bit better owners than she was.
Just,
Yeah,
just,
and-
just saying, Steve.
I understand that, but he's
Just
not
saying.
from Ohio either.
No, he is not from Ohio. You are correct.
The cops here would forgive you if you were a good, upstanding citizen that never got in trouble. But if you're not a good, upstanding citizen that never got in trouble, you might not be forgiven. So
Oh, so what are you trying to say? That you guys are not good, upstanding
no,
citizens?
we're
The Alcorns are outlaws.
we're horrible people.
Oh
Things
my
happen
God.
here all the time.
Oh,
I just didn't
you
want to take
awful,
the chance, and that's
awful people.
why I didn't. But
Phil's from
Anyway.
Oregon, by the way. Steve.
the ordeal is over. There was no damage to the car except some spilled pop inside and a bunch of rocks. So
Your pride.
a lot of pride. Yes.
Well, I'm glad you got the car back.
I am too.
We did have a nicer rental car for a couple days.
Yeah.
I
How
don't
was it
like-
having two different colored cars in the driveway?
It was odd,
Yeah.
strange. But
It's-
see, when
It's
you
all
have
back
that,
to normal now.
yes,
Why don't
Yes.
Steve? I don't understand this. Why don't you back your car in too so that it looks like they're, the same?
I'm lazy and I don't
Oh.
back up well. So that's why.
Why rocks in the car, Yowie Channel Central? Meth. That's why. Meth. Let me just clear that up.
She's an avid rock collector, and she's very good at finding really nice ones, although most of the ones that were in there weren't.
Yeah. She's really good at finding cars she can fucking steal from people's driveways, too.
Well, I'm sure it's not the first and won't be the last. When she does eventually get apprehended, if she hasn't been already, she will be facing quite a while in.
Matt, I didn't realize I could have just gotten up while we were doing the show, walked out the back, fucking motion to Missy, walked out the back door and fucking took off with a Kia.
Would you want to, though?
Yeah, see, that's kind of the thing, you know? It's kind of like, why don't you bring that old lawn chair in? Somebody's going to steal it. And you're like, no, nobody wants that.
No.
Like you would think that you could leave a Kia parked in the driveway with the keys.
What didn't have the keys in it? Mine had the keys.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying.
And I'm willing to bet right now, Matt, that his keys were in his car when I was there.
Yes.
Is what I'm saying. See? Yeah.
They were. I almost always leave them in there. Not now, but
Not now. And he changed the fucking password on his luggage. It's no longer 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's 3214. No, 3421. That's 432.
Jesus Christ,
That's
Steve.
I've been through a lot, man.
I know. You've been through the shit.
I was telling Chris though that it really sucks because, like, I mean, I don't know if everybody would agree with this, but in my opinion, being part of the Bigfoot world, Ohio probably has the most Bigfoot researchers per capita out of any state. I mean,
wouldn't disagree.
Everybody in Ohio researches Bigfoot.
All of us.
And in our network, you know, because we all put out the APB for your car.
Yeah.
Nobody in Ohio could find the fucking Kia that was stolen. So we have no chance at all that any of the researchers in Ohio are going to solve this fucking Bigfoot mystery.
Yeah.
If they can't find a Kia,
they can't find a fucking lime green Kia.
Yeah.
Well, there are a lot of them around, but this was in some areas, rural areas where you would think some of the Bigfoot researchers may be. Yeah. Yeah. But what happened?
It just goes to show you how little people give a fuck.
It
really does.
I had like 300 views on either one of those videos I did. It wasn't like, you know, there was no, even with Matt sharing it, you sharing it on the like page, people on my Facebook were sharing
I shared.
Still
listen. I shared a GoFundMe that my cousin's daughter created to help clean up a fucking church because a meth head had fucking decided to cook meth in the downstairs kids' room. So my cousin's daughter thought it was a good idea. She's never even attended this church. Doesn't go to church. Just decided it'd be a good idea to try to clean this up for the people that wanted to go to the fucking church. So I posted GoFundMe on my like page. And one of the fucking first comments, I think one of the only comments on it was, fuck them. They're a church. They don't pay any taxes. They can clean it themselves.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't me. I'm not the one that left the comment. I'm just
Yowie Channel Central says my title was clickbait. My wife's car was stolen. Can you help me find it? It's fucking clickbait.
Yeah. Yeah, that's clickbait. No, it's definitely clickbait. He wanted you to click on it.
Oh yeah,
I can
absolutely.
tell you that.
And I was hoping maybe, you know, and
but the people
CBS local
suck,
channel or
Steve.
something would pick it up. But
well, technically, you did make a YouTube video about it.
Well, I did so that people could help me find my.
Did you monetize the video?
Fuck yeah!
Then that's clickbait.
I neglected to turn the monetization off. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
it's not clickbait.
Yeah, let's go with that, Steve. Does that make you feel
so
better?
In the end, by the way, the nobody helped me find the car. The sheriff accidentally found my car because he runs routine checks on license plates at that house. That's how it was found. So thanks, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is good because, you know, a lot of people don't get their car back or they get it and it's all like trashed and wrecked and stuff or sitting in a lake.
Yeah.
So you got fortunate.
Here's what I Here's what I have a problem with GoFundMe's, and I'm gonna throw
When
somebody under
Steve
the
was
bus
talking to
here.
the cops, he was like, "Do you guys ever catch these car thieves?" They were like, "Yeah, we got a whole team of cops on it,
Can I
working
finish
day
it?
and night around the clock." No,
Yes, I monetized it, Phil. Why would Phil would do the same exact thing? Come on. I could.
are you
I
hung
should have
up on
just.
people being upset that you monetized the fucking video?
Why should they be upset about that? Of course, I'm going to monetize it. If I don't get my car back, I need a down payment on the next one, right?
Yeah.
No, not really, because I had gap insurance. So that would have covered it. But whatever. They didn't need to know that.
I don't know.
So here's what I have a problem with GoFundMe's, okay? And you were talking about people not wanting to help this church and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy a few years ago in the Bigfoot community.
Yep.
Who I won't name. He had 2 GoFundMe's running at the same time.
Wait a minute.
One,
Would his initials be R and
No.
R?
No,
no,
I bet they'd be HBM though.
they would be something closer to what Matt said.
Oh, okay.
2 GoFundMe's running at the same time, right?
Oh.
One was to help, I think he had a flood or something in his home,
Yeah,
and it was to help fix that. And the other one was to get him to a Bigfoot conference. Which one got funded?
the Bigfoot conference one.
It's fucking stupid. So that's why I will not fund any Bigfoot or any GoFundMe. Zero. I won't do any of them.
But see, in the woo Bigfoot world, there was a person who needed an automobile, and all of the woo Bigfooters chipped in and bought this person an automobile. So if you went woo, you could have had them just buy you a new car.
Yeah, Steve.
I'm going woo.
Fuck it.
Go woo, Steve.
I just did. Where's my car?
Fuck this goddamn, flesh and blood shit, Steve. Go woo.
Well, if they're willing to buy me a car, I'll do whatever,
Get your ass a new car,
Fuck
man.
yeah.
I'm down. Yeah. I think you should. I think you should go woo. I think it's the way of the future, Steve.
I've already been there. I'm done. It's a done deal. I'm woo now.
It's a done deal. Speaking of,
Is your car a missing 411 case?
It was for a little while.
You should work that in. You should do a follow-up video.
That's right.
Announcing that you got your car back and title it Missing 411 Solved.
That would be clickbait.
And monetize that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I monetize everything. Why wouldn't you? I mean,
and just do like a slideshow with like some copyright-free music for like 10 minutes so you can like insert ads into the video and put like 6 of them in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm all
I think you should, Steve. I think I'm down.
Let's do it.
I'm down. I was reached out to by a friend of ours this week, gentlemen.
We have friends.
We have friends of the program.
Of the program. Ours.
Yeah, it's a friend of ours.
What did Gabby want?
No. To preface this story, our good friend Richard Allen.
Oh, that friend.
Who is a schizophrenic. Richard had a bit of a manic episode this week, and I've spoken to Richard. He's okay with me telling this story.
We shouldn't badger him about it, though. Sorry.
So
Steve's been waiting all week.
I have, but I didn't know if it was appropriate.
Oh no! Don't even fucking play this card now, motherfucker. I talked to you about it earlier. Don't fucking play this. We talked about this earlier. You bastard. Fuck off, dude. Don't get upset. I told you. The reason why I fucking got in touch with you was because I was worried about you. You fucking dick.
Which is a good thing.
And no, this is the thing that's going to piss me off. And I'm going to stop the fucking story right here. And then I'm going to tell you, Richard, fuck off. I fucking sat there and talked you fucking down. And then I talked to you about this and said, hey, I'm going to talk about this on the show. I'd really like to talk about this. And I spoke to you about it until you were fucking cool with it. You said, yeah, it's all right. I guess you're fucking right. So fuck off. Jesus fucking Christ. This is why I don't fucking deal with you people. This is why. This is exactly fucking why. Fucking Christ. Ugh. Hell. I fucking did that because I gave a fucking shit about you. Fuck. Jesus, DMT and Aliens, everybody.
Yeah, let's go that route.
Yeah.
Dimethyl. I don't know the chemistry.
What's that?
What does DMT stand for?
Dimethyl something. I don't fucking know. Some shit.
Well, I thought you would know that one.
I don't know.
It's
I don't know.
drugs meant to see aliens. See?
Yeah, dimethyltryptamine.
Dimethyltryptamine.
That shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit.
Popular to take in a club atmosphere. I've only heard about it. I've never done it. I've met a few people that have done it. I know some people that want to do it.
Yeah. I'd like to. I'd like to try it out. I've done mushrooms. I've done LSD. I could go for ayahuasca. Well, not ayahuasca. But I could go for probably smoking DMT. Ayahuasca is more of a nasty process, I think. Like it makes you fucking shit yourself and puke and bleh. So
That's like most things.
well,
For me, at least. The shitting myself part.
well, you know, that's just biological.
Ah,
I don't like.
do we need a moment?
A moment for what?
Yeah. For you to ground yourself?
Me?
Yeah.
No,
That sounds grounded.
All right.
no, I'm good. I'm pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. No,
He's still going to carry on.
with what? The show?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because all right, you. I mean, if we need to fucking reset, the fact is, he didn't say fucking no names. I said, I want to say it was you, because I want to say I reached out to my fucking friend that is you, to be there for you, and now
And
he's trying to act like.
And I
fucking
can say
that
that
never
whenever you related the story to me in confidence, obviously I didn't publicly speak about it or anything. Like
Never would.
it was from a sincere place as a friend to him.
Yeah.
Like nobody made any jokes or poked fun or anything. I mean, the Badger thing, but that was funny.
Well, I did because.
But I'm just saying, like, we are your friend, Richard, and we do care, even though we're assholes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
we're
this is
assholes.
wait a minute. This is exactly what I said to him. Richard, you are who you are. Because I was like, do you think getting caught cheating on a woman isn't fucking humiliating? Because he said that this story is humiliating. And his response to that was, we're different people, though. You don't mind it so much. And then he said, I don't know, though. I suppose it'd be good for me. And that was the last we spoke of it. And then he said, true enough, when I said that, because he was talking about something else. I won't even bring that up. But that's the last he said about it. So he can sit there and say, that he repeatedly said no names, but that's not the fucking case.
Well, listen, we do care about you, Richard, and
Yeah, and he's gonna sit there in the fucking chat and make me out to be a fucking piece of shit, and that's what's pissing me off right now. Because I was there for him. I sat there and I talked him down for I don't know how fucking long. And I'm fucking upset. So yeah.
Well,
yeah, I'm gonna guess you'll do it again if he needs you.
No.
Even though you're upset. No?
No. No, I'm fucking done.
I would.
Go ahead.
But
Enjoy.
I let somebody in my house and
Enjoy being
steal
there
my
for
car,
somebody
too.
who fucking repeatedly fucks you over. Enjoy it.
I don't know any about that, but all right. Tripping on DMT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good shit. You want to do something, Steve?
No.
No? You sure?
No. I'm just trying to change the course of this conversation. That's
Yeah.
all. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of controversy,
Why not?
especially when it comes to a couple of friends. You know.
Why not?
So.
You sure?
I'm 100% positive about that.
You want a dab hat?
No.
Why
No.
not?
I'm okay with that too. I don't need any of that stuff.
You
I bet
might.
you need one.
I don't know that it's going to help any.
It'll help. I'm sure you're going to give it a shot.
No, it's the fucking last time I fucking reach out to anybody. It's the last fucking time. It's just, it's ridiculous.
People in the chat are trying to get me to try this DMT stuff.
You should. I
No,
think you'd fucking love it.
I don't even know who Joe is. And he's still trying to get me to do it.
he's the guy that owns the trailer where your car was found.
Probably. Yeah, try it so we can take your car again. You won't see it, Don.
Why not? I think you should.
Mm,
Might be a good experience for you, Steve.
I think a good
Maybe
experience.
you'll understand the girl that took your wife's car a little better.
I don't want to understand her any better.
So here's the thing. What I know is DMT is some sort of hallucinogenic drug.
Yeah.
And I belong to several UFO/alien groups on Facebook. And I saw one day somebody say something about DMT or seeing an alien and somebody asking if they're on DMT. And I just kind of like, that's funny. You know, like, oh, they were tripping, whatever. Then I see a different post later on, different area, that says kind of the same thing. Like, have you ever seen an alien or spoke to aliens while you're on DMT? And after about the third or fourth post that I ran across in the span of like a few months, I realized that apparently communicating with and seeing aliens while on DMT is like a thing.
Well, it isn't so much aliens as it is beings. From what I've gathered from the different shows that I've paid attention to, a lot of what the people experience is like this sense of these other beings. And I know a lot of it has to do with like geometry and patterns and shit. But to give everybody like an idea of what DMT is, it's a psychedelic drug that is naturally occurring in many plants and animals. It is confirmed to be found indigenously in the human body, but only speculated to be produced by the pineal gland in our brain. It has been referred to as the spirit molecule because of the intense psychedelic experience it causes. It can be compared to LSD or magic mushrooms, but is significantly more intense, which I can tell you from experience, those are pretty intense.
Yeah.
It can be smoked, ingested, or injected. I didn't know it could be injected. That's fucking interesting.
That's pretty hardcore.
Many people make teas from plants that produce it, get secretions from specific animals like a toad, or purchase a synthetic form of it. Cultures from the Amazon make a brew called ayahuasca, which we were talking about, which has become famous ritual for experiencing DMT.
Is that where licking a toad came from?
Yeah. But the licking, see, the problem is that DMT needs an MAOI inhibitor to be ingested. So if you just take DMT and you eat it, your stomach will destroy it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take an MAOI inhibitor with it, it will get processed and then go through your body. What they figured out somewhere along the way in the Amazon was that if they mixed one plant with another plant, that one had the DMT and the other one had the MAOI inhibitor. And that would allow them to trip out. And that's how
Funny
they
how they
created
found
ayahuasca.
that in plants, and you know,
Yeah. Oh yeah. They've been brewing it for a long time. Yeah. These shamans down in the fucking Amazon.
yeah. If you eat this plant, it won't do shit. But if you eat this one too, hold yourself.
Take a fucking seat, Bubba.
Yeah.
The effects of this drug are described as being shot into space and taken to a different realm or universe that is completely void of time and self. It's the ultimate and epic journey of the soul. People describe seeing bright geometric patterns, and curiously, many people describe seeing the exact same specific patterns or images. Many people also describe their visualizations as resembling ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. That's interesting. While bad trips are possible, most people come back from the DMT usually have a stronger understanding of themselves, have lost their fear of death or the afterlife, and largely see it as an extremely positive experience for their life. The science behind DMT is in its infancy, so we know very, very fucking little about it. That was one of the things early on when I was watching the Joe Rogan stuff. Is Joe Rogan was like, the interesting thing about DMT is we all have it. Like, we're all holding. It's like an illegal substance, but we've all got it. So, but they don't know how it interacts with us. Like, do we have it during dream, when we're sleeping? Like, what's the use for it? We don't
Well, like I
exactly know.
told you about that one thing, how the whole thing about like these experiences that people have with it is so common that like John Hopkins did like a study on it.
Mhm.
Where they're like, I guess, giving people DMT and recording their experiences or whatever. And that's kind of weird to me because of the whole government experimentation with LSD.
Yeah.
You know, that
Right.
they would go down that path again.
Yeah. I think that if it's in a controlled environment and it's done the right way, see this idea of like black ops shit with fucking LSD and DMT, that stuff I'm not into.
Right.
To use it to help people get through mental health issues and things of that nature, like PTSD. It's been known to help people with schizophrenia. I think certain forms of depression.
Yeah.
There's been some fucking amazing strides with these therapies that they're doing with people while they're tripping out, and even like microdosing. Like microdosing on mushrooms has done some amazing things for people. But no,
I mean,
I don't have any of the fucking literature. I can't spew that out like off the tip of my tongue. I just know that they've been doing work on it. I know that there's a whole group of people who are doing work with MDMA, with PTSD, and people with different mental health issues, and mushrooms, and so on and so forth.
I want to know I want to know how you get into this study that Johns Hopkins did or is doing.
You contact them.
Yeah. I think you should get into it, Steve.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm talking DMT.
Here's the thing: it's in a medical facility. It's controlled. It should be all right.
Well, but that's
Yeah.
how all
Yeah, and
this
you don't
stuff
think you'd be
started.
all right with me?
You're not a medical facility.
Dude, I've fucking done
It
this
would be
many
very
times.
uncontrolled.
I've done this many times. Me, you, bag of
Oh,
mushrooms.
shit. The study is full. Damn it.
Me, you, bag of mushrooms, Steve. That greenhouse of yours. What could go wrong?
Oh, a lot of things could go wrong.
The keys are in the car.
No longer are my keys. No. It's not true.
So whenever you were younger, Chris, did you, like, I guess LSD has kind of gotten trendy again, but whenever you and I were younger, it went through a phase where it was pretty freaking popular. Like, did you ever hear about people asking about specific things? Like something that circulated around here was people tripping on acid would talk about, did you see the blue clown or something like that?
Oh no. I never had any group things on acid.
This wasn't a group thing.
or like this. I don't know I know what you're getting at.
Yeah.
I've never experienced anything like that where a group of people even told me something like that.
Yeah.
No.
This was something that at least locally this circulated. People would talk about this clown. There was something specific about the clown, but I don't remember. I think it was like the color blue or something. But I'm wondering how much of the alien, whatever you want to call it, DMT things, like if somebody says, "Oh, have you seen the blue clown?" Everybody sees the blue clown, and then you take it and you see a blue clown. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like how many people are going in using DMT to try and make this happen?
Oh, try to make that connection.
Right.
Right.
As
I
opposed
don't know.
people just taking it and being
I
like,
think it
"Holy
would be
shit."
I think it would be a good like a good study to do to somehow measure that. You know, people who have no clue or
Do you think these type drugs can open the mind up to other things?
All right, so this goes down a very woo road.
Yeah, it does.
Hey, I turned woo
This is-
earlier in the show, so
This is what I will say about mushrooms in particular. LSD, I don't have as many positive experiences with acid. When I used to do mushrooms with my old roommate, we would call it talking to God. It's a profoundly introspective and somewhat spiritual experience, to be completely honest with people. I often tell anyone who has never done mushrooms, especially people who have serious identity issues or a lot of self-doubt, or who beat themselves up regularly, take it easy.
so you're saying
Going
I
in.
should take.
What's that?
You're saying I should take it easy then.
It really exposes you. It's the best way to describe mushrooms is being naked in a classroom, but your nakedness is all of your faults, everything just laid bare. Like it's and sometimes it's very hard for people to see. For other people, you look at it and you make changes. You know, you do things a little differently. But for other people, it's
And other people just giggle.
yeah, and other people giggle because they're they trails and shit. But I saw it as a very introspective drug. Like,
Well, I mean, all the natural hallucinogens out there
Excuse
were
me.
used for that type of purpose. You know, they were all spiritual things.
Yeah.
You know, like peyote and stuff like that.
I'd always wished I'd been able to try peyote. Always wanted to try peyote. Acid, my experiences on acid. Oh God. I met this little fucking vegan girl. She was all of like 4'11". And I had literally just dropped my first tab of acid ever in my life. And she looked at me and went, "Do you want to go to pet quarters?" And I was like, "Yes." And the acid kicked in while I was in the fucking aquarium section at pet quarters. Just like, what the so she like drags me out of there. We're driving around in our brand new fucking Dodge Neon at fucking like breakneck speeds, because this fucking little bitch would just fucking fly. I mean, I'm surprised like she didn't get more speeding tickets. And like she was seeing this guy at the time, and there was all this sexual tension between her and I like all fucking night, and I'm just tripping my fucking nuts off. And I mean, any of my other times that I tripped out, it was never, I never walked away from it and went, yeah, that was something to think about. I never walked away from acid like that. But I always walked away from mushrooms like that. That was something to think about. That was always, there would always be something, you know, not necessarily something humongous and pithy, but there was always something that I would take away from it. But yeah, Tim and I would always call it talking to God. Talking to fucking God. Take fucking 3.5 grams. I never went with the full 7.5. I mean, 7 grams dried. I went 3.5, but I never went the full 7. I think I went over 3.5, but I never went 7. And 7 is, ooh. Yeah, 7's a lot.
Still not going to happen.
You should do it, Steve. Let's do it.
I was never in.
We can tell, Ryan. We can tell you're a cunt too. Go fuck yourself. You picked the wrong. You picked the wrong fucking night.
I don't know what he can tell, but
he can tell that his dick is really small. That's what he can tell.
I have a feeling that the bigger the vehicle you drive, like a truck,
yeah,
smaller your penis is.
Not always. I knew a guy who fucking drove a humongous fucking truck, and his girlfriend said his dick stuck out the other end of a fucking Pringles can. So
that's hearsay, though.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It
was it one of those little like?
I heard it from more than one. I heard it from more than one. Heard it from more than one woman. No, it wasn't one of the smaller ones, Matt. I know which ones you're talking about. Yeah,
snack size.
No, that motherfucker.
I'm pretty sure Ryan drives a fairly good sized truck.
Yeah, does he? Yeah, doesn't surprise me at all. But yeah, the alien factor of this whole thing, to get back to that, another common similarity in people's DMT experiences is encountering other beings. Some people call them godlike entities or guides through their DMT journey. Often these beings speak to them about love and happiness and positive self-reflection. Why don't you say something beautiful and righteous, man? Why you always got to be so negative, Steve? Users insist in how real these beings were, that they were not of their imagination, but an intense reality. But their lack of an earthly way to describe them caused many users to make the leap of calling them aliens. Ooh. Terrence McKenna, if I could fucking talk tonight. Terrence McKenna famously described his DMT experiences as alien. He imagines that if aliens do exist, they may hide in these experiences. He called the beings he encountered elves. Of course he did. Fucking good old Terrence McKenna and his stoned ape theory. He describes the elves not like we might imagine elves, but as squeaking, jeweled, self-dribbling basketballs made of grammar and light.
Well, that's exactly how I picture elves.
Whenever I'm fighting alongside the elves in my fantastical journeys.
Legolas, bounce your jeweled ass over here.
Could DMT be the veil to another universe or to the other side? Is it the key to accessing the secrets to life that mankind has been searching for since the dawn of time? Yeah. It's interesting what people describe as this alien life with DMT, mushrooms, whatever the case may be. It's not your typical idea of it. They're more of these beings, and I wouldn't necessarily say that it's alien. Is it something we're just perceiving, or they're perceiving, or is it extra dimensional? I mean,
Well,
these
that's
are the
the thing.
questions that I have.
You're on DMT. So, like, you can't really ground anything in reality at that point.
I guess I got to start doing some hallucinogens again.
Well, yeah,
Hey.
you do the experiment and then come back and tell us all how it went.
I mean,
Maybe we'll do it live on air, Steve.
Here's
You
the
want
deal.
to walk me
So,
through it,
like,
Bubba?
I'll walk you through it, but I ain't going to do it with you.
Totally non-scientific. You're talking about how DMT exists and all these things.
Mm-hmm.
We know that the human brain gives off a type of an electrical charge or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a fan of the idea of there being some sort of frequency that our thoughts work on. You know, the wavelengths and that psychic abilities and things like that people experience with other people's are kind of like tuning into the right frequency at the right time with another person.
Mm-hmm. Or,
so if you,
I mean, think about this too, Matt. What if when we take DMT or mushrooms or whatnot, it's our way of communicating with the biome that is within us?
okay.
What's
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like because we have like this, human beings are made up of more bacteria and shit than like anything else. And what if when we're taking these things, we're somehow communicating with that? Just a thought. Just throwing it out there. Did I fucking derail everything?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. I just wanted to check.
I'm just saying, like, if you introduce DMT into your body, it already exists there. Maybe the part that exists in us on a normal basis is how we tune in every now and then on accident. So now you're kind of like, now you're like flooding your system. So it like really opens up the channels and you're connecting with this other frequency.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, because we don't really understand when our body makes us experience this thing.
Right.
That's within us.
And one of the things that
when we dream.
One of the things that I'm fascinated by is the thought that like there's other types of energy and stuff that exist that we can't measure and we don't know about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like the idea that we might be tapping into something like that we just don't have any scientific instruments that can measure it, so we don't know that it's out there or whatever.
Or we don't have anything that can measure it now.
Right.
Or whatnot. We're just like, because we're just starting to scratch the surface of it. You know what I mean? Like this experience that people are having. What is it? Is it just an experience? And is it just a shared experience because this drug does the same thing to everyone? Or is it opening something up? What is the case?
I mean, like in terms of like the universe, I mean, it's so vast. I mean, we don't know what's out there. to think that all that exists is like audio or heat or light or, things like that.
Right.
It's ridiculous. Just a handful of things that we know about. So,
Well, Joe Rogan, I bring him up a lot, but he brought up the idea once of, the fart theory. Like if somebody farts, we all smell it. We know it's there, but you can't see it. Like, what if aliens were like that? What if, like, you could somehow, your senses in some way knew it was there, but you can't see it? And they've been around us all this time.
well, I believe people refer to those as ghosts a lot of times. Whenever somebody feels a presence,
Right.
we all have felt something like that, but
Right,
where did it come from?
But he's saying, that this is an actual other being, not a dead being.
Right. I'm just saying.
But it's very similar to what you would describe as a ghost or an apparition.
I mean, we don't know that ghosts are the spirits of the deceased.
Right.
I mean, what if that's another being that exists different than how we exist, and they're putting themselves in a form that we would recognize or trying to, and we just end up seeing like, oh, well, that's a person from the 1940s, they must be a ghost.
Yeah.
Are we going a little too far down the rabbit hole?
No, fuck no. No, I think we should.
See, here's the deal.
What is it? Listen, the idea of ghosts, what are ghosts? I mean, it's a fucking great question.
Well, I experienced something whenever I was on LSD.
Hold that thought. I've often thought that, the idea of ghosts don't make sense to me, and that the idea that maybe their vibrational energies, resonance, leftover shit is more probable to me. But the idea of a being on another quote unquote wavelength, whatever, it's a thought.
Right.
So LSD, go.
So I had the normal, LSD experiences, the laughter and the getting obsessed with something, just whatever, the gassy fumes in the air, all that. But at one point, and I was, to be fair, the house that I was living in at the time, in the terms of ghost stuff, it had paranormal activity that took place there. It was experienced by myself and anybody else that came to the house, pretty much. It was not a thought on my mind or anything while I was doing the LSD, and it wasn't anything I was like going into looking for or anything. Just at one point, there was a group of us there. I had walked into the living room and sat in a rocking chair that was in the corner and had a stand lamp behind me. Whenever I sat down in the chair, something didn't feel right. I'm thinking at the time, okay, the LSD is doing something, what's going on? Why am I feeling this way? Now, this was not a hallucination because more than one person saw this happen. The lampshade on the lamp that was behind the rocking chair moved. Now, this could be attributed to I am in a rocking chair. I am on LSD. I'm sitting in front of the lamp. I might have bumped into it. I don't know.
Right.
But I had the distinct feeling that somebody other than myself stood up out of the rocking chair and walked out of the room, like through the archway and around the corner. And I swear it was completely different than any other sensation, anything I had experienced while I was on the LSD. It did not seem LSD related at all. It felt like a person getting up and walking off out of the chair, like I sat on a ghost or something. And it has stuck with me since I was 18 years old. And it was like, at the time that it happened, it was like all I could talk about, whenever explaining to people, like, what was it like to be on LSD? I was like, well, this, and this, but this happened. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. I had weird experiences that were on hallucinogens, but I don't know if a lot of them can be attributed to the hallucinogens themselves. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I think a lot of it's perception.
yeah. And one of the weirdest things that I would find would be like, especially after doing mushrooms, is I would be experiencing this thing where I'd be looking at something and I'd be totally enamored with this thing, looking at it. And then when it was all over, I'm trying to figure out what it was that I was
about
finding
the object.
so fascinating.
Yeah.
In that moment, because I can see all of the things that I was seeing before, but it does this thing to your visual acuity that is really fucked up, and it does make you see things in a different way that you cannot with your normal eyesight. You're just
for
not
sure.
going to. So, I mean, you felt like you had a different experience, though.
Separate from
separate
what was going on
from the trip itself. See, most of my experiences, or all of my experiences, were within the trip. To my knowledge, just odd. Two people seeing the same types of things or experiencing the same thing in the same moment, which is really, it can be kind of odd. It can be attributed to shit. Yes. Absolutely, before you fucking say it, Phil. But it just, to me, in those moments, it seemed really odd. Laying my head down on a fucking carpet and a friend like across the fucking doorway from me doing the same thing, and we're looking across each other at the fucking on the carpet, and it just looks like this barren fucking wasteland to both of us.
Yeah.
At the same moment. It's very strange moments. They almost feel enlightening.
And that's kind of what I wonder. Do these drugs peel back enough of the stuff? What?
Phil's questioning your experience with the ghost being outside of the.
Well, Phil, if you're having a party, okay, and everybody's drinking and having a good time, and then the house catches on fire, is the house on fire, or do you just think it's on fire because you're drinking?
Good explanation, really.
I mean, that's what it was like. It was like, yeah, all this stuff is going on. I'm tripping. I'm high on LSD. And then this happened while I'm on LSD and high.
Good old Phil. He's such a prick.
I'm just saying, do these type drugs
always has been
remove enough of the bullshit that our brains are cluttered with in reality on a constant basis that allows us to tap into abilities of the mind that we don't normally tap into because we're too busy processing information that's coming in all the time?
I think that's a possibility. I think that when you take hallucinogens, certain types of hallucinogens, namely, for me, it's been mushrooms. I haven't tried DMT. I haven't tried peyote. It feels like it strips away things and then makes you examine it. I mean, the more I took, the more of that happened. The less I took, the more of a party it was, to some degree. I would still have like the weird experiences, but the more I would take, the more of an experience it was.
Well, let's take, marijuana. The first however long you're getting high, you're stoned, man. Oh, it's funny. I've got the munchies. Ha ha ha.
Paranoid as shit.
Yeah. But like, then a lot of people, after they've smoked weed all their lives or whatever, take it to like focus and to concentrate or to perform a task.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still the same drug. It's still doing the same thing. It's just a different approach and a different use for it.
Oh yeah. Could I have taken marijuana for this in the same ways back then? No, not even. I was way too paranoid. I'd get all uptight. Not when I was in a comfortable place with people that I liked and enjoyed and who knew that I smoked weed. I think that's the other thing, that the stigma that was on weed for the longest time. But now,
reefer madness.
Oh yeah, reefer madness. Fucking just what bullshit propaganda. But yeah, now, oh god, like a really good sativa strain. I'm not trying to sound like a fucking weed connoisseur or anything, but it will really fucking just like, it gets you into a place. It wakes you up and it gives you like almost like an energy, that spurs you on. Whereas your indicas will like put you to fucking sleep. Just, they call it couch weed. So, and weed in and of itself has its own type of introspective side to it. That's why people get so paranoid. Because it makes them look at themselves a little bit. So they're all kind of, psychedelics in a way.
So then, whenever you talk about introspective looks and everything, do these drugs cause us to connect with something outside of ourselves or something deeper within that we've never tapped into before?
Well, that's kind of like why I was wondering if maybe it allows us to tap into, like I said, that those things within us, those, if it's beings that we're talking to, there's no other being inside of us, technically.
But wait. Multiple personality disorder.
Well, then, field day.
Well, but I'm saying, like, okay, so like,
Steve, right up your alley, buddy. Pay attention.
Humans can go that route. It's considered a mental disorder. Obviously, it causes problems in society.
Yep.
However, if that ability exists in humans to have that, who says it doesn't lie dormant in all of us? And these drugs allow us to tap into another inner self that we didn't know was there.
Oh,
what is your own conscience if it's not another personality?
Personalities within our own brain that we've just dug down and fucking carried them away.
Yeah, I would go with that route before I would think of something outside of you. I would think that would be more.
If you're trying to make a decision on something to do, and that little voice inside your head says, "Steve, don't do that. You know better than that."
Oh, I don't have that voice.
No.
Right.
Hey, Steve, you want to do some DMT?
For the people that aren't psychopaths, that conscience. What is that? It comes from within. It's us. But why does it need to exist if it's us?
I see. You get into like deep philosophical questions now.
Oh, sorry.
What is us?
Right.
What are we? What am I? Am I?
In the dream world, when we dream, we create people, we create places, we create scenarios.
Or do we?
Maybe taking these substances just brings that dream world into more of a reality while you're awake.
Maybe.
Pulls the subconscious forward.
Something like that. Yeah.
Maybe if you take DMT, Steve only has one green Kia.
And
For a
doesn't
week
like
I did.
spam.
What? No.
Prefers tuna.
That is in every reality.
Is this like that? What's that? What's that Star Trek episode? What do they call that?
Furbies? What are those things?
Tribbles?
Yeah. The trouble with tribbles?
Tribbles, no. When Kirk and Spock, they have the evil versions of themselves. They had a name for it.
Why does the evil version always have a goatee?
Because
I haven't figured that out yet.
Because goatees are evil.
goatees
No,
are
they're
evil.
not.
Yeah, everybody had to be clean shaven back then, Steve. Only good people were clean shaven.
Yeah, but a full beard wasn't evil. Just a goatee.
No, it meant you were a mountain man.
Yeah, that meant you were jolly or a mountain man, yes. And you still had to be away from people if you were a mountain man. You had to go live on a mountain. With
Like
a
Grizzly
bear.
Adams.
With a bear. And you have to hook up with a moonshiner.
Did anybody else find that kind of weird?
What?
I mean, by today's standards, like a grown man goes to live by himself with a bear. Like, those nights get cold and lonely up in the mountains.
Listen, hey, it happens nowadays. The bears have just changed.
The bears
Come
are
on over,
more
Ben.
accepting of that.
Now the bears are a little they have a little less hair, and they generally tend to go out with twinks or cubs.
Hmm.
So it's a new world, Matt. It's a new world.
A whole new world.
Not that there's
Katie.
anything wrong with that.
Where are you? What are you doing?
She doesn't know.
I'm here.
She's like
The-
fucking. She's hiding. Like the fucking. I picked up the plate and threw it against the wall. The spaghetti's like fucking sliding down the wall. And Katie's like, if I'm just quiet, mommy and daddy will be okay.
Why do you think I've been quiet the whole fucking show?
I thought she
hiding-
might have
I'm
dosed
hiding
on
along with
DMT before we started.
This is what happens in my life.
Oh,
What? What happened to you, Steve? What are you
My
doing?
whole
with
s-
lights?
my whole screen went away. There it is. Am I back?
You
Did I
never
go
left.
away?
No.
Yeah, you
Oh.
never left.
No, my whole screen just my
There's some
screen
people. There's some people that I wish that would, but you, Steve, you're still here, bub.
Yeah, I know. Someday I'll go away.
I didn't say I wanted you to go.
I didn't ask you.
No, and you won't ask me when you go either.
No, fuck it. I'm done. I was pretty close to going away earlier in the show.
For good?
No, not for good. Just for this show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Too rough for you, Steve?
And I just got a little uncomfortable. That's all.
No, that'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
That'll happen. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, well, it's all good now. I think.
It'll be good. I mean, if it goes any further, I can post the fucking conversation. So,
We just got that.
I mean, I can be a prick.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
You can be a prick. Did you say you can be a prick?
Yeah. I could be a worse prick. How about that?
A worse
Steve?
prick. Yeah.
How about that?
Fucking keep poking him. Keep poking.
See, here's the thing.
See, it got uncomfortable
Matt-
again, didn't it, Steve?
Matt-
Yes,
Matt-
it did.
Matt, see, I want to tell you something about Steve. Steve is a shit stirrer.
No,
matter
I'm
how
not.
uncomfortable he is sitting over there, that motherfucker loves to stir a pot of shit. Loves it more than anything in his life. Loves it. Loves it more
be
than sleeping with his
entertaining.
wife. And I know for a fact that he loves his wife.
Yes, I love my wife a lot. I'll tell you though, I only stir the shit when it's not between friends.
But see,
So,
here's the thing. And
I'll stir the
I
shit
know,
on somebody I don't like.
I know podcasts aren't the place for inside jokes. I get that. But however, I have to bring this up.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I missed the perfect opportunity to tell Chris to eat a fucking Snickers. I mean, that would have been fucking epic.
And you'd have gotten the same reaction.
Yeah, it would have fucking fixed everything instantly. It would have been like the biggest mic drop in the fucking world. And I just fucking blew it.
You motherfucker.
I sat here like the dog getting caught, pissing on the floor. Like,
Yeah.
I'll clean it up.
Oh, God. Oh, shit. That was good, man. Oh, kudos to you tonight. Line of the day. Oh, fuck me. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Steve, it's all right. It's all right. Don't worry, buddy.
What are you advertising on your hat there, Steve? What?
Yeah.
I've never seen this hat before.
Oh, what is that?
Land shark.
Some sort of alcohol. I don't know.
It's a good beer.
It's a good
Bill,
It's
what is
beer.
Katie knows it's a good beer.
Yes. It's good with some lime in it.
If
Have
you
you ever
gotta
done
put lime
DMT,
in your
Katie?
beer,
Is it
What?
anything like Baby Shark?
Oh God.
Hey, you know those fucking assholes that made up that song made $1
how
billion
fast-
fucking dollars?
Oh, fucking
See how
course
fast-
they did.
wait, you see how fast Phil knew exactly what it was as soon as I showed the hat? A beer. And he types it all in caps. Just saying.
Yeah,
Oh, am I stirring shit again?
maybe.
I like Phil, though. I'm not going to stir shit.
You don't.
Well,
like
sometimes I like Phil.
Phil. You barely like Phil.
I tolerate Phil.
You don't like. I mean, if I was like, "Hey, Steve, Phil and I are gonna hang out tonight in a hangout,"
I always make
shit.
up some sort of excuse not to do it, right?
Yeah.
Always.
Actually, how many times have I been fucking fed that line of shit? And then I end up sitting in a fucking hangout with somebody all night and Phil never shows.
With me?
With you, with multiple people. Every time I get invited into a hangout under the pretense that somebody else is going to be there,
They
the
never
third
show up.
party never fucking makes it.
Well, they just want you, Matt, and that's the
I
only way
know. Why don't they
can
just
get-
say that? Hey,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're that kind of guy that they just want to spend time with you, but they think that they have.
yeah, it's
I lie to
gleaming
you constantly
personality.
just to get you to hang out with me.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't want my company?
You still think after all this time that I've been paying you for this show? So I mean,
It's in a secret bank account somewhere.
yeah.
You'll get it someday.
He's got a fucking jar.
You don't pay Matt? I get paid.
He just puts a quarter in there every time we do a show.
Well, I used to get a quarter every time Richard said cunt, but
Yeah.
Ran out of money.
That ended.
Yeah.
Real quick, one episode.
yeah, that was breaking the bank.
Oh shit. I don't know if DMT shows me aliens. I think I'd like to find out though.
I don't think any psychedelic type drug shows you anything other than what's already inside. Right? That's my belief.
Yeah.
Matt
Well,
convinced me.
Me and you, buddy. We'll test it. Me and you.
You test it, and I'll be the observer.
You guys need to go somewhere, like camping. Okay. Chris takes DMT.
I hate
You take mushrooms, and then compare notes the next couple days.
shiitakes or
Yeah,
Yeah. I'll set you up with some nice shiitakes.
some nice farm fresh organic fucking.
Psilocybin
portobellos.
shiitakes.
I do like me some portobellos.
Oh, we can get you some nice psilocybin portobello.
What are those ones that come in the can?
Wait a minute, wait.
Those
Could you
all have
imagine
those.
Steve
Oyster
on
mushrooms.
fucking mushrooms?
No.
Yeah, oh my god, dude, no. Steve, okay, let's fucking break down the fourth wall of this whole thing. There is no way on fucking God's green earth I would ever want you to do mushrooms, or I would dose you.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be a good idea.
No, it wouldn't.
No, you'd freak the fuck out. I
not sure
would
that I
have
would
I
freak.
would have to fucking get you a pacifier, that fucking green blanket back.
You would have to understand the concept of being high first.
Yeah.
I've been sort of kind of high.
No, you have
I
not.
did a
High
whip
in the
it
sense
once.
of you don't have control of what's going on.
Yeah.
I did a whip it once. Does that count?
No,
It was fun.
not even close.
No.
Not even
How
close.
about? Well,
No.
that's the only time I've ever been quote unquote high.
Unless you're a huff and duster, then that can count.
I don't know what that is.
All right. Have you ever done any like really potent edible weed?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Mushrooms, peyote, acid. No.
None of the
You
above.
don't have a fucking clue.
And I don't want a clue. I'm okay.
Bearded
being-
Picker chiming in this week. Bearded Picker, one of our favorite fans, tried to get Steve to
I don't
partake
think
in
he's
weed
a
in
fan
Vegas.
at all.
He declined.
I did decline. Yes. I was in the midst of
See,
weed
this is the
heaven,
thing, and you
I
should,
declined.
and like if you're gonna try some weed, like you should definitely try medical marijuana, like the good stuff. Like Bearded Picker should have gotten you like a fucking little vape pen. Just fucking take a toke off that little vape pen. Life would have been fucking you. Then you fucking walk the strip. Oh, could you imagine high Steve walking the strip?
I'm not saying I wouldn't try it if it was for medical purposes.
It is. It's to make you a better person, Steve.
My biggest fear is that I have the personality. My personality is an addictive type personality. So gambling and drugs and alcohol are not a good fit for me because I will like it too much. And so that's why I don't do it.
You really think so?
Yeah.
Then why aren't you fat?
Yeah.
Because because I can't gain weight. I've tried. Trust me, I eat a lot. What did I eat today? I ate a giant piece of cake. Oh, it was so good. I ate a can of raviolis.
Where did you get cake?
I had a very good friend who made us some cake last night, and it was delicious.
Just made
Best
you
cake I've ever had.
like
Chocolate.
a stolen car cake, or
He bought a vape pen and gummies, Steve. You could have fucking.
He
you could have
bought a
been
lot
there.
of.
You could have been a
items.
contender, Steve. You could have fucking done this.
He bought a lot of items.
dude,
Yeah.
you guys could have came down the
spent-
escalator like fucking Rain Man.
He spent a lot of money on whatever the paraphernalia and stuff he bought that night, and I still didn't partake.
You could have
No.
got loaded and then gone to Pawn Stars.
He didn't
Yeah.
tell you the story of what happened to him the week before when he was drinking and partaking in one of his edibles, and the security guard had to carry him back to his room. He didn't
Oh,
tell you that part.
I ruined my cousin's trash can doing that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Just saying.
But he got back to his room safely, didn't he?
I don't know if he remembers that part, but yes, he did.
The Bearded Picker spent $450
Yes,
at the dispensary. Bearded Picker, hats off to you, bub.
I can vouch for that.
That
He
is
did.
That
in
is
fact.
that is a big purchase, bub. Next time you go
Yeah.
to Vegas, Steve, I want to chum along.
I
with you
don't
and
think it lasted.
I was getting ready to say the next Vegas trip, you guys should invite Chris.
Hey, ASD is free. You can go with us.
Yeah.
Well, the hotel isn't free.
Why you gotta be that way?
And you are now an eBay seller, so you have an excuse to go.
Oh. Yeah, but I don't sell like you guys do.
You don't have to. You could just go for the week.
He doesn't move weight like you fucking
yeah.
ballers.
I'm not a big dog.
You fucking top
I'm
earners.
not even close to a big dog.
I sell fucking books, for fuck's sake.
They sell books there, coloring books.
Books to idiots that don't know how to either fucking pay for them
Do they know how to read?
or B, figure out where they fucking got delivered to.
Yeah, but you got compensated for that, did you
But
not?
Chris would more or less want to go to Old Vegas and go
Old-
down like the old strip
God damn
where like all the fucked up people are.
Well, there's fucked up people all over Vegas.
Chris
don't have
would
to
want
be
to
in
like
the old
rent
part.
one of those like little squares of pavement to like perform in all night.
It's a circle, but
Who do
yes.
you pay for? Who do you pay for those?
I don't
How do
know.
you get a circle?
I don't know, but I want to find out.
Can I be a mime for a day?
Have you ever seen
You
that shit,
can.
Chris?
Yeah,
That's fucking crazy.
I'm down.
They rent out circles of pavement.
I'm talking
To
I wanna-
anybody, apparently.
Yeah, to
Because
anybody.
some of those people aren't.
I was
very
watching
talented,
a video.
but they
and
are entertaining.
There was one where it was just an old man standing in a circle with his dick out. And like
I
that's
missed
it.
that one. I
He
missed
was just
that
like
one.
standing there with his dick out.
Nice.
Yeah, I missed that
I thought
one.
about doing that.
You could though.
I
I could,
thought about it, Steve.
but I won't.
Yeah, I don't mind.
The what is that? The Heart Attack Grill. is
I don't
in
have the
Vegas.
Sweetwater Legend.
Oh yes,
Steve.
I walked right past the Heart Attack Grill. Yeah.
Well, see, you're on the strip of Old Vegas. You were there, man.
No, that it's not on the old. It's on. It's there. It's on that street. I
Yeah, that
can't
place where they have the giant mantis.
remember. I didn't see a mantis, but I
It
did see the
spits
zip
like
line.
30-foot flames into the air. How do you?
I didn't see that. I didn't partake while I was
You
there.
didn't
I was there for
partake.
business. Business.
What business took place on the strip where the Heart Attack Grill's at?
We went to eat supper there in that area. It wasn't a very good place though. Didn't like it.
The grandma with the sign that says "Finish on my face" was a little much.
Yeah, but she was hilarious.
Did she
I-
charge?
I'd have had to stop and talk to her.
Oh,
Would have had. To
She would have
finish.
talked to you for sure.
I'm sure she would have. Yeah.
She was a kind old lady.
Maybe
Wait a
she
minute,
was from film.
we have a newcomer to the show.
Yeah?
What are they talking about?
Oh, you don't wanna
finishing
know.
on Grandma's face. Glad you could join the show.
Chile and Nogadada.
Yeah, that person. Yeah, that person.
Now I got her to chuckle a little bit, Grandma. She
Yeah,
was a nice lady, I'm sure. She
Yeah,
was
When
trying
are
to
you?
make a little-
told
Were
her
her
to-
tits out, Steve?
Huh?
Were her tits out?
No, Grandma's tits were not out.
Oh.
Uh-uh.
Pasties?
In
I
fact, I didn't see
know.
any.
I know exactly how you can make money, Steve. Get you one of those circles and one of those little photo printers that hook up to the cell phone. Make yourself a sign. Photo with the
Photo-
Sweetwater Legend, $25.
Steve,
I'd do it for tips, but
fucking all done. Let's do it, Steve.
if I go to Vegas, I'll find out where you get the permit and
Yeah, get the permit. We'll fucking get the little circle for you. I think it's
I
done
wonder
deal.
how far in advance you have to reserve your circle, though.
It would be
Because
great
they were all
for your
full.
channel.
You know
Like
what?
if you
You're
just
right.
rented one for an hour and just made a video of it.
Yeah, and just take it out and put it in people's hand,
Yeah.
and take a picture.
No, not that.
I'm
kind of-
sure Richter
no.
would stop by.
I asked Richter.
A lot
why
of
he
people would
I
probably
did ask. I
stop
did
by.
ask Richter why I did ask Richter why he doesn't rent a circle, though.
Okay.
Well, no, because he's an artist and he could do some art there or something,
Yeah.
Hmm?
He said he didn't feel that was necessary. So,
Oh.
but I thought he
What
could
does he
do well
feel?
in the
What
circle.
does he feel is necessary?
Well, he wants to do art that
Being a
means
con-
something.
Oh.
I think is what he said.
He wants to
And-
do
and he
something that
doesn't
means
like being
something.
Well, he doesn't like being put on the spot. Kind of like Fred. Fred Dunn does not like being put on the spot. And he does commissions, but it's not his favorite thing to do.
Uh-huh.
That kind of thing. Artists are weird people. Except
Okay.
Fred. Fred's not so weird. Well, Fred's weird.
Fred
Fred's-
talked about slingshotting people from city to city, Steve.
You know what else is weird? I cannot make it through a show without going to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Steve, you go ahead. You do what you got to do, buddy. My bladder.
Take the earbuds out first.
Yeah, take those off your ears first. I'm at that point in my life too. I can't make it through a fucking 2-hour show barely without fucking taking a leak. I mean, Christ. I drink 2 large coffees while we're doing this bitch. What do you think I am, Superman? My bladder don't stretch that far. I don't know about yours, Matt.
Most of my urination happens within a 12-hour span.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say you recycle it like the fucking.
I recycle it and then drink it. I've got a Brita filter pitcher in my fridge.
I wear a still suit, Chris, and I drink that shit.
It keeps me warm at
It
night.
gets caught in pockets. I just fucking let it go. How did the Fremen shit in them things?
I don't know.
I don't want to know.
It's
Are
kind
you
of
a-
like all those people that go to the New Year's Eve bash at Times Square and they wear like adult diapers because you can't like go to the bathroom when you're there. They don't have like public restrooms to use. Like,
Yeah.
have you heard about that?
Where at?
Times Square.
Oh yeah,
Like a big New Year's Eve bash thing.
It's crazy that people still do this. It's
So
crazy.
like what happens because like people get there in the morning, you know?
Yeah,
to secure a
what,
good
what
spot.
happens is everybody is just basically just pissing on the street.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
like they also wear like adult diapers in case they have to shit.
Really?
So, like, what if you have to shit and it's like 6 p.m. and you're still gonna be there for another 7 hours? Just like towing a load in your britches the whole time. Like,
I can't
Can you
imagine.
imagine the smell?
I can't imagine what it's like. I can't imagine when it's freezing fucking cold there. All
Yeah.
those people, I cannot fathom it.
All to see a bunch of like has-been pop artists like lip sync their hit song and watch a big fucking chandelier drop down.
Yeah.
Like
I've heard people who live in New York City who have like been in like the buildings around Times Square say that it's cool to be there in that capacity, like to go out on like the balconies or the
yeah.
the
Like if
roof
you go to
and look
Mardi
down
Gras on the
the people.
balcony.
to look down on the people, but they say that it's crazy to see these people just
Yeah,
all
I would-
mashed into this one fucking place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking wild. I don't get it. I would never fucking partake in New Year's Eve in Times Square.
I wouldn't make it.
No.
I wouldn't be
Not
able to
even.
do it.
Have you had a chance to see Star Wars yet, Matt?
No.
Fucker. God damn it.
I have seen the first 2 episodes of Dracula.
I have not.
I have seen the 4th season of The Magicians.
I have not.
I have seen Bad Times at the Hotel Royale.
Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yes. It's not the exact.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's a good movie. Did you saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right?
Not yet, no.
Oh fuck, man.
That and Star Wars are the 2 that are on the top of my list right now.
Rent it.
I finally saw Joker.
I have not.
Oh, okay.
See, this is the one that I'm steadfast on waiting. Like, because I really don't give a shit.
Okay.
I don't give a shit that they made it. To me, it's like, yeah, they made this cool Joker movie, but they're not going to use him.
In my opinion, after watching it, because you and I have talked extensively about the movie before we saw it.
Yep.
I still stand in my opinion that I had before I ever saw the movie.
Which is
I thought it was a really good movie. I thought it was a really cool story. I don't see how it ties into the comic book world at all, other than in name.
yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, just okay, you wanted to make a movie. They could have made a movie without even
Yeah.
they could have kept it the same.
They could have called him Chuckles and
Yeah,
just
or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck they wanted to do, just kind of like, and it still could have been an amazing fucking movie.
Yeah.
But my problem is they're like, well, this isn't a Batman movie. All right, really? Then why the fuck is Thomas Wayne in it? Why? You know, if it's not a fucking Batman movie, then why is Thomas Wayne in the fucking movie?
and young Master Bruce.
I see, and that's why I don't give a fuck. That's why I don't give.
Like they're all in the movie. Like, here's the Wayne family, and we make constant references to the Wayne family,
Right, but this
but
isn't
for no reason.
this isn't a Batman movie.
Right.
This isn't a Batman movie. And that's why I don't like it, because it's pretentious and it fucking sucks dick. It's like a lot of the shit that's in fucking Hollywood. It's
Yeah.
pretentious. And like I said, I'm sure his performance is fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure it's amazing. I love Joaquin Phoenix in almost everything I've seen him in. Great. But I don't fucking care. I just don't care, because it doesn't matter to me. Because, okay, you told me it's not a Batman movie. It's not a Batman movie. It's not a Batman movie. And then I look at the fucking IMDb. Thomas Wayne. That's interesting. But it's not a Batman movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And I'll watch it eventually. I thought it was for fucking rent on Prime. I'll rent it eventually. I'll see it. And then I'll probably go, you know what? It is an okay movie. It's a good movie. But I'll probably agree with you, man. Why the fuck did they try to tie this in? In any way? And to the people who say it's an Elseworld movie, fuck off.
Yeah, that's the reason that I've always been a Marvel fan and not a DC fan. Like, and Marvel started doing it too, I know, but like I never like the whole like, well, this is a different planet Earth. This is a different, this is an Elseworld. Like, this is fucking Bizarro World. Like, fuck off.
If I haven't watched it, you don't know what you're talking about, in fairness. Okay, yeah. I don't know that it has no reason to be tied into the Batman franchise when they touted it as not a Batman movie. That's all I'm saying about it.
Yeah, they pushed that it wasn't a Batman movie, but yet they put the Wayne family in it.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying about it.
Like, yeah,
did I say it was a bad movie? Did I say it was a fucking piece of shit movie? No, I said I haven't seen it. I said if I do see it, I will probably enjoy it. This is what I don't get about people. This is why I fucking hate people. I hate them. I've come to that fucking conclusion this week. I fucking hate people.
All of them.
Yeah, the whole bunch.
Especially you, Steve.
Oh yeah, I agree. I hate me too.
List.
Yeah.
Fucking that pretentious son of a bitch with his 2 fucking green Kias.
His land shark hat.
Oh, this is just my temporary hat.
Why is it temporary?
Well, because the other one got too dirty. Because I've been wearing it for a year.
So if you have a temporary hat, does that mean you have a permanent hat?
Not yet. I'm gonna go find a new hat.
He's gonna have that one screwed on pretty soon.
I don't like the
surgically applied to his scalp.
I don't like this hat at all. It's just the one I had.
Oh, so you don't like the land shark?
Well, see, I bought it because there's a gentleman who does YouTube videos, and his name is Land Shark Picker, and I thought it would be cool to have a hat with his name on it and show him on a YouTube video. And
how many subscribers does Land Shark Picker have?
I don't know. A few.
A few.
Yeah, I could go check for you.
It's fine.
But anyway, so he's a friend of mine. So I bought the hat because it had that on it.
But not to send your friend who goes by Land Shark. Instead, you just wanted to wear it yourself.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to give it away. It cost me $1 plus shipping. I mean, come on.
This fucking guy.
In all fairness, Chris wanted some video game system, and I didn't send it to him either.
Okay, just stop. Stop. Right. Hit those fucking brakes, buddy. This isn't the time.
It's bad timing. I'm not very good at knowing when the time is right.
Did he pull out a spoon out of his pocket before he said that?
Licked it real good.
I'm pretty sure I saw him reach into his back pocket and just go. And then he did that. Oh, wait, you haven't seen the movie yet. I can't tell you.
Well, my reference was that he was about to spoon you. In the prison sense, not the...
Shank me?
No.
I'm not spooning any other man. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know why I made that leap.
I don't either, because it just put an image in my brain that I'm not sure I can get out anytime.
See, I said he licked the spoon first.
Oh, fuck you.
This show just got uncomfortable again.
I'm sorry, Steve. Would you like me to start yelling at Richard again?
No,
Oh, okay. Because I can.
I'd feel much better if you yelled at me. Because that's normal. See, people yelling at me.
Oh, all right.
One-Eyed Moon, I'd give Chris the console, but I sold it.
Yeah, he doesn't. Steve doesn't care about me. There's no caring whatsoever.
No shit's given.
No fucks given.
Not a single fuck, not a single shit.
Not a little bit. Just don't care.
Not at all.
Not a bit. So if you take DMT, Steve, what's the verdict?
I'm not going to take it.
What?
Oh, come on. The comment section. I'm not going to read it because.
What console? I will send you one, Chris. Bearded Picker. Okay, here's the deal.
You don't have one.
Let me explain the situation to you, and you can tell me whether or not Steve's a piece of shit.
I bet he knows that without reading the story.
So Bearded Picker, Steve at one point in time had a Nintendo 3DS. And
I've had several.
And yeah, and Steve's had several. And
I have one right now.
It was a nice one, and he got it for a certain price. And I told him that I would give him what he paid for it,
$10,
and a little more.
He was
offering so that he
11,
would still
11.
make money. I was not offering 11, you fucking asshole. And he said, "No, I make money off this stuff, and this is my livelihood." So
I didn't say it with that.
One Nintendo 3DS was worth more to him
than our friendship.
And my friendship. That's all I got to say, Bearded Picker. That's all I got to say. This is the guy you took to Vegas.
With all due respect, Chris, I didn't give Bearded Picker a 3DS either. So
no,
there you go.
No, you did not.
Nor Matt.
He doesn't need it.
Katie or Richard or Phil. Nobody.
Bearded Picker doesn't fucking need it.
No, he's got one or several.
Bearded Picker's got everything he needs. I'm pretty sure.
Well, not everything, but he is
he
is no Sweetwater legend.
Damn, Steve is a cheap bastard. See?
You weren't offering me fair market value.
But you had and still have multiples to sell for profit. You've made that profit time and time again.
Yes, I have.
I mean, every business is in it for money. Yes. However, there is such a thing in business called a loss.
Not an intentional loss, though.
Yeah, sometimes
there's no such thing in business called friendship loss.
Car dealerships give away cars sometimes, Steve.
I'm not a car dealer.
A loss. If I'd have paid him $20 for that DS, he'd have gotten double what he fucking paid for it.
Not after shipping, I wouldn't have.
If I paid you $20 and paid fucking shipping, you cunt.
Okay, next time I get one, Chris. In fact, I have one right now.
Now.
I'll sell it to you for $20 plus $37 shipping.
No. I don't want it. Dude, it was a I'll pay for it, and you were fucking vehement. Nope.
I think everybody needs to hug.
No, it's not gonna happen today. I've had the biggest shit week, and that was the fucking ice.
Oh, yeah.
Goddamn.
You've had a shit week. I had a car stolen. I did recover it. I think we've all had a shit week.
Yeah. Yeah. On that note,
it's just got uncomfortable again.
Fuck off. This has been the Fortean Slip, episode 118, the DMT Alien Connection. If you like the shit, hit the little thumbs up button. If you don't, hit the little thumbs down button. Leave a comment. Subscribe. Check out Matt Knapp at youtube.com/bigfootcrossroads and youtube.com/cryptid tales. You can check us out at anchor.fm/the Fortean Slip. Deal still stands, people. If the downloads hit 1,000 in 1 week before April, I will dye everything blue. Everything. Hair, beard. And I'm letting it all go. I'm not cutting anything.
What if it's April 2nd? Or
What do you mean?
1st? You said before April.
It's leap year, isn't it? So we got an extra day.
Yeah, something like that. I don't fucking know. Anywho, you can check out our good friend Parabreakdown, old Bob, at youtube.com/Parabreakdown. And as always, check out our good friend Dred Funn at dredfunn.com and youtube.com/Dred Funn. We will be back next week. Next week?
Should be.
Next week. Yeah. And next week, we will talk about Loch Ness Monster.
Really?
Loch Ness 2020, Steve.
Wow.
There's been a lot of speculation about what's going on over there.
There's a monster in the loch, is my guess.
There's an eel.
Yeah, they're talking about eels. They're talking about all kinds of things.
It's a big fucking eel.
Eels get big.
They think it could be big eels. So, until next week, see ya!